Welcome to another ICP update. So we are still in an ABC structure, and by the way, this is only the bullish scenario right now. I don't know if we will actually get a C wave because, this count that I have on the chart right now is pretty much a hopium count. Now, unlike the other altcoins, ICP is still holding up quite well because we're in a 1-2-1-2 setup, but this is no longer a 1-2 setup, this is a 1-2-3 setup on ABC structure. And of course, you can count this as a 1-2 setup if you want, because at the end of the day, this still has 3 waves, and the B wave will most likely have 3 waves as well. But you have to keep in mind that this could always get invalidated. Now, we did not get below this low right here, which was the low of the A wave. So, yes, you can count this as a B wave, but keep in mind that this was way too impulsive for a B wave. So if we fail right now and if we invalidate everything, then, you're not going to have to be surprised, because at the end of the day, B waves are not really supposed to look like this. So, now if we somehow get below this low right here, then there is a chance that maybe this is an A wave and this is an overextended B wave, but again, that's a hopium count. If we want to stay bullish, we kind of have to stay above this high right here. However, if ICP is not on an ABC structure to the upside, and if for some reason, I don't know how that would be possible, but if ICP is somehow in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, then the price could theoretically go to like $6.90 and still not invalidate the 1-2 setup right here. The invalidation point for the 1-2 setup is at $6.81, which is this low right here. But that's also hopium right now because, ICP is not really doing anything right now. We should, in my opinion, still get a third wave move to the upside. Now, let me explain what we're doing again, in case you did not watch my previous videos. So here we went up in a 1-2 setup, and right now I'm expecting a third wave of that 1-2 setup. And before I talk about that third wave, let's talk about what happened after this 1-2 setup. So after we got this 1-2 setup, we got another 1-2 setup, and this is the 1-2 setup of that third wave that I was talking about. And it is complete. In my opinion, I don't think we need another low in the second wave move down, and I don't think that would look healthy. So to me, it looks complete. We touched the trend line. As you can see, we touched it 3 times. So there is a very big chance that the low right here is already in. And right now we are heading in a third wave of this 1-2 setup right here, which is the green third wave of the yellow third wave right here of this 1-2 setup. And in the first wave right here of the green wave, we only went up into an ABC structure and down in another ABC structure, which leads me to believe that we will get another ABC structure for the third wave move up. That seems reasonable to me. And if we do that, we should get to at least $13.79, which is the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup right here. Once we do that, I will be able to confirm that the third wave right here is in, and then we can expect a fourth wave move down, and then a fifth wave move up, and the fifth wave move up right here will complete the yellow third wave move to the upside, which, like I said, is the yellow third wave of this 1-2 setup. So we obviously still need to do some work. We are currently at $8.24, and to complete a third wave move to the upside, we need to get like $16, which is a 2x from where we're at right now. So obviously this is not gonna happen overnight, but it should start happening very soon if we want to stay bullish, because if we want to confirm that the main second wave right here of this much larger 1-2 setup is already in, we need 5 waves to the upside. And I was talking about this third wave. After we get the third wave, and if we get the third wave, you can expect a fourth wave move down and then a fifth wave move up. Once we get these 5 waves, I will be able to confirm that the main second wave right here is actually in. If we do not get 5 waves, and if we get another low in the main second wave move down, then the whole structure that I've been talking about for the past 3 months now will get invalidated. And I don't want to say that it's gonna be bearish, because at the end of the day we are still above the support level, the main support level of the 1-2 setup, but still it's not going to be that good because we would have to restart the whole move and that could take another month or two. So I don't think anybody wants to see that. I don't think anybody wants to see another low in the second wave move down, so we should at least not invalidate this right here. Now, if we somehow get another low, like I said, it's not going to be the end of the world. We are still above the support levels. And just to keep in mind, this low right here was at about $5.81. To invalidate the whole setup, we have to go below $2.83. So theoretically, we could get more lows and it would be fine as long as we stay above that level. So yeah, no reason to be bearish on this chart right now, especially because unlike many other altcoins, ICP actually managed to hold the second wave right here. Many altcoins actually invalidated the whole thing and they had to get another low in the main second wave. ICP did not, so it's looking good, but it still has to go to my target zones right here. Now, keep in mind that we just had a cross on the daily chart, and usually after we get a cross on the daily chart, a pump follows after that. Now, as you can see, the last time something like that happened, which was right here, as you can see, we did not get a pump overnight. It still took another 3 or 4 weeks for that to happen. So maybe we're following what we did over here. And if that's the case, I mean, we had this cross about 10 days ago. So, maybe we'll continue going sideways for another 10 days and then we will start pumping to copy what we did over here. Now, of course, we don't have to copy exactly what we did here, but, if we did it once, why can we not do it twice? Now, to continue on the daily chart, we are still in a 1-2 setup. I still remain bullish and I'm still expecting a third wave move up. Now, we could also call this an ABC structure, but, I will only be able to enable that if for some reason we do not get a fourth and a fifth wave. Right now, I don't know how many waves we will get. I mean, it is likely that we only get 3 waves instead of 5, but it's also likely that we get 5 waves and not 3, so nobody knows how many waves we will actually get, which, it's not concerning, of course. It's just that, you cannot predict stuff like this. Now, if we get 5 waves, we should get to at least the 1.618 extension of this previous all-time high right here. I'm not going to explain why this is the all-time high. I don't want to say it for the 5th millionth time. And the 1.618 extension is at about $138. So I think that's actually realistic for this cycle. Obviously, that's a super bullish scenario because from where we're at right now, I mean, that's like a, let's say 15 to 20x almost, so not a 20x, probably like a 15x, which is a lot, considering the fact that ICP was at like $2 and it went up to about $21, so, Now, the fact that the first wave move up was so impulsive leads me to believe that the third wave move up will get to at least the 100% extension of the previous all-time high. So in my opinion, we will still go up another 10x from where we are at right now when we actually start the altcoin season. Now, talking about the altcoin season, Bitcoin dominance is currently at 58.13% and it's going up right now. As you can see, we are not overbought on the daily, which probably means that we will get another pump very, very soon. And we are very close to that 60% extension. Now, just to keep in mind, if we do not top on the Bitcoin dominance chart in October, then it's going to be very likely that we will continue going up until December, which means that we will have to delay the whole altcoin season until the end of the year and until the beginning of the next year. Which, I mean, that would follow what happened in the previous cycle pretty much perfectly. But it would not be the best thing because, as you know, many altcoins are currently bleeding against Bitcoin and they cannot afford to bleed against it for 2 more months, in my opinion. That would be catastrophic for some altcoins. And, I mean, some altcoins already got their 1-2 setup and validated. If we continue going up on the Bitcoin dominance chart for the next 2 months, I mean, many altcoins will get new bear market lows, which will not be good. But of course, Bitcoin does not really care about that. So what matters now is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes sideways for another few weeks or months, then it's going to be very likely that Bitcoin dominance keeps rising. However, if Bitcoin gets a new all-time high and if Bitcoin starts pumping to 100k now and gets like 100k by the end of the year, then it's going to be very likely that the altcoin season will start there. And that will be the perfect time for ICP to start pumping. Now, if Bitcoin dominance goes sideways until like December, I don't think that's going to be the end of the world for ICP because unlike some other altcoins, ICP does not react that much to the Bitcoin dominance chart because its market cap is not that huge. So it's not going to be the end of the world, but it's most likely going to mean that we will go sideways for another 2 months before we actually get a third wave. Anyways, this is not financial advice, you should do your own research. Check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.